Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. So today we are going to cover a very important chapter, which is research methodology. Okay, a research is driven by certain research assumptions, which consists of research questions or hypotheses, a conceptual approach to a topic, the methods to be used and their justification, and consequently the data source. All of these components are linked to one another in a logical manner. This overall linkage of research components is called research methodology. So there are several research methodology models such as the nested approach, the research onion, and the modified model. And there are many other research methodology models. So basically, there are no uniform and standard use of terms. So perhaps if you look into one model compared to the other model, so sometimes they use different terms to refer the same thing. So basically, for the purpose of that, okay, we will choose one research methodology model so that we can cover the processes that you need to know and execute in a research methodology from the beginning to the end in a very consistent way. So the course will focus on the research onion model. Okay, this is actually the diagram for the research onion model. So in general, it is called a research onion model because it looks like an onion. Okay, so if you are familiar with an onion, okay, the onion have an onion has layers. Okay, the skin has several layers. Okay, so basically, all the aspects within a research methodology are actually categorized based on these particular layers. So in general, there are 6 layers. We have the philosophy. Number 2, approach to theory development. Number 3, methodological choice. Number 4, strategies. Number 5, time horizon. And number 6, techniques and procedure. So let us look at one by one in a very general manner. Okay, the first one, this is the philosophy. Okay, now you will notice the philosophy within this research onion model is the outer layer. So this is the most outer layer of this model. Okay, within the model here, it actually listed a few philosophies. Here it is listed positivism, critical realism, interpretivism, postmodernism, and pragmatism. However, in reality, there are many more philosophy. So basically, what is actually listed here is just an example of the many philosophies that exist within research. So this is layer number 1. Okay, let us go inside into the next layer, which is layer number 2. Now, this is layer number 2, which is the approach to theory development. So this is a very important layer for anyone who actually within research, especially at a PhD level, especially, and perhaps in master's level, if you are to actually propose or to construct a theory or a model. So basically, this is the layer that you need to actually really think of, and you really need to make a decision on what is the best approach that suits the problem that you are trying to solve, or the answers that you are trying to manage or to actually to address. Okay, so here it is listed. There are 3, which is deduction, abduction and induction. So basically what I'm doing now is just to briefly describe, okay, just mention this, but later on we will focus each of these in very detail. Okay, now let's us go to the next layer. Now layer number 3 is the methodological choice. Okay, so the methodological choice, this is what that you are familiar with, what we call the quantitative or the qualitative research. Okay, so in general, within this research onion model, okay, the quantitative and qualitative has been actually detailed more into its subcategories. Okay, here it is listed the mono method quantitative, the mono method qualitative, multi method quantitative, multi method qualitative, mixed method simple, and mixed method complex. So we are going to look into this methodological choice one by one, so in our later lessons. So this is layer number 3. Now layer number 4, this comprises of strategies. Okay, so here you can see that when we go into layer 1, 2 and 3, so basically we need to choose one item. So basically if in, for example, in philosophy, okay, let's go back. So here we cannot have, like there is 5 here, we cannot choose 2, we need to choose 1. Okay, we need to choose 1. So when we choose the approach to theory development, okay, most of the time we will need to choose 1, most of the time, but under certain circumstances we may need to choose more than 1, but it is possible. Okay, in terms of the methodological choice, so basically we need to choose 1. In terms of strategies, or basically it is common that we choose more than 1. Okay, it is unlikely that you choose only 1. Okay, most of the time at a PhD level you will need to choose more than 1. Okay, so basically the strategies includes experiment, survey, archival research, case study, ethnography, action research, grounded theory, and narrative inquiry. This is among the listed, but of course there are more. Okay, this is layer number 4, strategies. Okay, let us go to layer number 5. Now layer number 5 is what we call time horizon. Now time horizon, okay, there are only 2. Okay, either it is cross-sectional or it is longitudinal. So the description we will cover later on, okay, in more detail. And lastly, okay, the most inner layer, okay, is what we call the techniques and the procedures. So this is layer number 6. This is the techniques and procedures. So this is where we conduct the data collection and data analysis. Okay, for example, it's not listed here, but let's say that we use a questionnaire, we use an interview, observation, okay, we review documents, okay, and for analysis, perhaps there are some content analysis, perhaps some statistical analysis. So basically these are all included in this techniques and procedures layer, which involve the phase where we collect and analyze data. So basically this is in general the research onion model.